All right, let's get started. As you guys all know, for all the new people that are here for the first time, please, no spoilers, as the title may suggest, first time watching, no spoilers. If you start spoiling, you're going to start getting banned in chat, and then you're not going to be able to chat, and then it's not fun for anyone. So please, let's all have fun together. Let's kick it off with Chainsaw Man, and then we're going to be watching Bleach. We're up to episode 3 for both, and then hopefully, pray to God, nothing happens with my hard drives, and then I'm able to edit it out for Patreon as well as YouTube. All right, let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy this. Right. See, as soon as at the okay, so this started going on. I'm like, whatever, doesn't make any sense. And then this happened, and then I'm like, power. The giant whack-a-mole hammer, and I'm like, oh, right, she's a thing. See, it just starts coming back. I love it. I love it. And then all of a sudden I remember the fight he had with the other guy, and I just kicked him in the balls. Fuck. He just kicked him in the dick. And he's like, when I'm fighting a dude, I go straight for the balls. Bam! And it's like, oh! And then he goes, bam! And the guy's just like, please stop. And then he's on the floor. It's like, bam! Trust me, it is like once is enough. Once is enough. Like, once is enough. So, Jesus. You lack honor. You don't fight with honor. I think it's like an unwritten code amongst guys that you don't kick another guy in the dick. I found it's kind of like an unwritten rule. You just don't do it. It's kind of funny, considering like they're all trying to knock you out by punching you in the head. Alright, cool. Alright, we're back. Cool. We're back to last week. All good in the hood. And apparently, they had to change the scene of Denji in the bathtub singing about unions and fair pay and paid leave because they didn't want the Japanese animators to find out that these were a thing. Japan is really bad. Really bad. But that's a topic for another day. That's a topic for another day. Man, Japanese train stations, like my first thought is I swear to God I've been to this station. And it's like, Kuma, half of the stations look the same. They really do. Wait, you would be arrested for doing their job. That is like the most government thing ever. She loves getting blood everywhere, but she wears white shoes. No. Bad idea. Oh, they're gonna get along swimmingly. You know, it kind of makes me wonder what on earth she did to make her that scared of her? Because all she did with Denji was feed him and hug him. What did she do to this poor demon girl? Did she lock her in the box again? Really? You know what? It took me a second. It took me a second. I was like, yes, she's got blood on her. And then I'm like, wait, this is Denji's point of view. There's only one thing he would be looking at. Teenage boys. You know what I actually found out about Japan? They used to have all these like cans on display in these machines. Now it's just a LED screen. It's gone next level. They're no longer using the cans. It's just LED screens. That way, if they run out of a certain product, they can just load another product in there and just change the thing in the LED screen. I'm just like, okay. But it kind of feels weird because you get so used to it. Meanwhile, in Australia, we've got... Wait, do we even have can dispenser machines anymore? We don't. We have those like really weird ones where you put in the money and then you put in the code and the little wheel turns and the thing just falls out. Which is really fucking great for a carbonated beverage, isn't it? Dropping from the frickin' top shelf half a meter down. Nothing like a good carbonated beverage that was just dropped half a meter. I really want to open this thing. Anyways. He's drinking Calpis. Yes, I know what it sounds like. I thought the same too. So there I was in Japan, and I was eating, and Hachan's coach was like, "Do you want some Calpis?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "Do you want some Calpis?" And I look at Hachan, and I'm like, "What?" I just like, "It's delicious." And I'm like, what? And it's like, yeah, like it's yogurty and white and bubbly. And I'm like, what? and then he ordered one. And it was literally like, imagine a watered down Yakult carbonated. It's like a milky soft drink, which is pretty delicious, but it sounds like cow piss, but there's an L. Cow piss. What is it with the Japanese and their pronunciation of L? It causes so many problems. You know, like teenage boys and then she's there on her knees, mouth open. God damn it. Please don't eat the cat. Please don't eat the cat. Be nice to... Yogurt water. I like that. They did not pay for the brand sponsorship, so we're just going to call it yogurt water. But we all know what it is. You know what actually blew my mind, and I only found this out a couple of years ago? You see this little hole here? This is going to blow your mind. The straw goes in the hole. If you flip it around and you put the straw will perfectly go into the bottom corner over here at the bottom. And so if you tilt it a little bit, you're going to be able to drink every last drop out of the can. It's literally there to hold your straw. What are they even teaching people in school? Why was this not taught in school? Ever try Boss Coffee? I tried all of the Boss Coffees on the same day. I love it. Dang, I didn't know that. Like, it blows my mind. These little everyday life hacks that no one teaches us. Why? They're more bloody relevant than Pythagoras' theorem. Okay, Pythagoras' theorem is at least somewhat useful if you ever need to measure the height of, a house without having to get a tape measure and going on the roof. Because it makes perfect sense. And I remember that through a story that my mentor taught me. And it was like Pythagoras was, I don't know, we're going on this thing. I promise it's a 3-minute thing. There was Pythagoras sitting in Egypt, and he was a slave because reasons. And the pharaoh was like, oh, I need to measure the height of my pyramid. And the Egyptians was like, there's this crazy guy that's just sitting there that's a really, genius mathematician. And then the pharaoh's like, all right, bring him to me. And so they bring Pythagoras to the pharaoh, and the pharaoh's like, I heard you're good at math. By the way, I'm like sub-quoting and all that sort of stuff. He didn't say, you good at math, bro? He's probably said, are you good at mathematics? And he's like, yeah, I'm pretty good at mathematics. And the pharaoh's like, okay, I'll make you a deal. If you can measure the height of this pyramid accurately, I will release you. You will no longer be a slave. Can you do that? And Pythagoras was like, no problem. And so they left him alone for a while. And a couple of days later, the pharaoh asked the guards, where's Pythagoras? And they're like, oh, I think he's gone crazy. He's out there in the sand playing with sticks. And the pharaoh's like, bring him to me right now. And so they bring Pythagoras before the pharaoh. And the pharaoh is like, I heard you were playing with sticks. And is like, yes. And is like, have you figured out how to measure the pyramid? And is like, yes. And he says, Pharaoh, do you know your height? And the pharaoh's like, of course I know my height. I know it to the precise millimeter. And the Pythagoras is like, perfect. And he's like, go outside, and when your shadow is the same length as your height, measure the shadow of the pyramid, and you will have the height of the pyramid. He didn't have a mic to drop, but he stopped being a slave. And that is how I remember Pythagoras' theorem. Shut up, cheeky, you don't do math. Me in school learning the height of a tree by looking at the length of the shadow and the angle of the sun. Me in real life. When am I going to use this? Remember when they told us we'll never have a calculator in our pockets? Bitch, please, I've got a laptop in my pocket. How did I know that she's a cat person? And he's clearly a dog person. This is not going to work out. This is not going to work out. I'm telling you this now. This is not going to work out. It's not going to work out. It's like oil and water. It's not going to work out. Okay, I take that back. They're going to get along swimmingly. And you know what's another thing that really ticks me off? You see the energy drinks they have in these machines? I thought they were relatively cheap compared to energy drinks in Australia. But then I found out that the quantity of the cans is far lower in Japan than it is in Australia. Like in Australia, you'll get, I don't know, a 500 and 550 ml can of, say, Monster Energy drink, right? In Japan, it's like 420 mils. And I'm like, huh? So it's just like smaller. I mean, I get it. They're probably more caffeine sensitive and all that sort of stuff, but it ticks me off. Because I'm used to drinking that precise amount of energy drink. And so I kind of know how much I'm going to drink. And then you kind of open it and you're missing like 2 gulps. And you're sort of like, I'm not satisfied. But I'm not thirsty enough to open up a second one. I'm weirded out, man. But you could see that Coca-Cola paid for the product placement. Look, Coca-Cola, except it's blue for some reason. Why? Why is Coca-Cola blue? Did they like only pay half? They didn't pay the full amount, so you screwed up the color. You paid for the text, but not the color. Oh my god. Imagine this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the representative of the humans to a demon. No wonder they can never be peace. Denji is our ambassador. We are fucked. You know, I was gonna comment on the prospect of the devil exchanging sexual favors in exchange for something, but I was like, nah, that would be too, crude. But then the anime's like, hello. God damn this anime. Bruh, sexual frustration is a dangerous thing. She's starting up his engine real good. I feel so... You know what? This is so Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm telling you now. Like, I legit... Like, this girl reminds me of the girl with the hammer and the nails. This guy with the black hair reminds me of the other guy in Jujutsu Kaisen that's chill as fuck with black hair, but he's stuck with two crazy people. And then this guy is, it's basically the same guy as the other guy, right? He's got a demon inside him and he doesn't know what he's doing. And then this girl is basically, what's his name? The guy with the blindfold. She's probably overpowered as shit, but she's surrounded by a bunch of idiots that she has to tolerate. it just kind of feels the same. And I kind of like it. It's familiar, but it's weird at the same time. Jujutsu Kaisen is like all about, friendship and crap like that. And Chainsaw Man is like, I want to touch some boobs. And it's like, okay, we're going with that. It's like, all right, fine. At least they're honest about it. Okay, you can't tell me, I'm sorry to pause this because it's nice opening. You can't tell me this doesn't look like the guy from Attack on Titan. You cannot tell me he doesn't have a similar appearance. Look at his haircut. You can't tell me there's not this guy. Come on, the guy. Wait, is this guy topless? This guy's just topless in the cinema. With a shark on his head. I'm not even gonna ask. Could you imagine the brainstorming session for this anime? What do we want in an anime? Violence, done. Demons, done. Crazy girls, done. Katanas, done. Demon dogs, done. Adorable demon dogs, you know, that sacrifice their life for the best buddy in the whole world, done. Pulling on heartstrings, done. References to other anime, done. Boobs, done. Head pats, done. Emilia reference head pats, done. Teenage boy chasing boobs, done. People not being friendly with each other at the beginning, done. Kicked in the nuts, done. More demons, done. Like, they're just like, fuck it. Everything's in. Everything's getting approved. It honestly feels like that. They just put everything in an anime. It's like, alright, let's do it, and let's see how it goes. And then somehow they're just making it work. They're just making it work as they go along. There is probably absolutely no plan with where this is going. They're just adding elements one episode at a time, and then just going from there. And you know what? I am okay with that. What do you mean have it back by 5? Like, wait, so when she's on annual leave, she's in the care of her coworker? That defeats the purpose of annual leave. What do you mean have her back at 5? I thought that was the end of the workday in the West. What is this? Are they regarding her as property? You know what the funny thing about Australia is? They had trams in Sydney. I think, if I recall when I came to Sydney, they might have had trams in the city. Then they got rid of them because trams are slow. And then a couple of years ago, they decided to get rid of the cars in the middle of the city in exchange for trams. Taxes, ladies and gentlemen. This motherfucker. This motherfucker. This motherfucker. Come on, you should check a girl named 02 from Darling and something something and compare it to power. Voted in, I guess. You know what this man needs? A pair of sunglasses. There is a reason people wear sunglasses. But isn't the... Oh my god. But isn't, like, the demon's soul literally inside him, which allows him to turn into a demon? They're kind of like one person now, technically. Only in Japan can you get away with this shit. The creepiest lesson that I learnt from one of my senseis from Japan, who is also a Japanese businessman. Well, he was an ex-CEO in Japan. And we were going out drinking with him one time. And one of the new students had a idea to ask him questions about what it's like to work with coworkers and ask him silly questions about infidelity in Japan. Why would you do that? But anyway, and he used an example, and we had like a new girl that was next to us, and he grabbed her by the thigh, and he was like, and imagine this in a very strong, thick Japanese accent. One hand, okay. 2 hands, sexual harassment. Wife, kill me. Japan is a crazy place. Soviet Warhawks. Soviet Warhawks. I'm just expecting some crazy frickin' Soviets to just go through the damn windows like a bunch of Spetsnaz, throwing flashbangs and just shooting everywhere. Watch, it's gonna happen. This anime is absolutely nuts. You know, when most people say pup, they think of a puppy that's slowly growing up and is going to become a full-fledged adult and all that sort of thing. But when she says puppy, I am concerned. I am concerned. Especially after the little thing I saw in the opening. I think she literally means I picked up a puppy. That's her way. Jesus Christ. Oh God. That look on her face. I could just hear the sound of music playing in there. It's something very peaceful, but it's also traumatizing to everyone else. I don't know what soundtrack she has going in her head, and I frankly don't want to know. It's probably classical music. Probably. God, that freaks me out. You know, that is actually the wrong way to hold a steering wheel. It really is. Think about it for a second. Airbag. What happens? It opens up and it fires out. What's going to happen to your hands that are on top of it? You're basically fucked. You're probably safer to have them like this. That whole 10 and 2 crap, that shit ain't working. 9 and 3 is probably safer. And you've also got room for your thumbs. I love how the car manufacturing companies are like, this is how it's built and this is how it should be used. And then the government is like, no, 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 no. We tell you how to use it. And the car company's like, sure. You go with that. And another thing that's absolutely nuts in Japan, you don't have to necessarily wear a seatbelt in the back seat. You have to wear it in the front seat, but not necessarily in the back seat. And I'm like, what? But apparently Japan, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, wait. You're driving an auto. Why did you have to put it into drive after stopping at a red light? Did you put it in neutral after stopping at a red light? Why? The ground was flat. Did you take your foot off the brake? Why? Sorry, I'm a car person. Hmm? Wait, so because people associate chainsaws with I don't want to be in front of that thing, he automatically becomes a powerful demon because he's a chainsaw demon? So an ice cream demon would be useless, but a redback Australian spider demon would probably be a god like Shelob. This is a really weird set of rules to live in. So what about an unwanted pregnancy demon? How powerful would that be? How on earth is he supposed to work in a team with a person that's half a devil and a girl that is a devil when he doesn't believe he can be friends with devils? I like how he brings his little hatchet. He's a goddamn chainsaw demon, but he brings a little hatchet. This house has such poor natural lighting. Hello, I have a small window here and a window here, which means this entire frickin' area here has absolutely no light. And this, if I didn't know any better, would think is a garage. But the garage is here. So what did they do? Have the original garage here, which is now a living room, and they created an extra garage on the side of the house when they extended it? Why would you not have a window here? You need natural light. I'm overthinking it. Kuma, just, okay. Uh-oh. 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 See, this is why I have trust issues. But isn't this stupid? She was literally left in his care. So they have the paperwork that indicates that he was with her. What is she gonna say? Oh, I lost him while going on a walk? He fell down a well? He fell down some stairs? Like, really? Like, how stupid does she think her boss is? She doesn't strike me as stupid. A little bit scary, but not stupid. Kuma, unless you're a gamer and don't need sunlight at all, living only in sunlight and chips. What, photosynthesis? Again, why would you have white shoes when you have so much blood? Wow, of course. Yay, let's find out her red room of pain. That's probably why she doesn't have windows. Jesus Christ. Is that her cat? But can't demons smell that he's both human and demon? That Makimiko sure can. Imagine getting rejected by a demon. That would hurt, wouldn't it? Wait, so did he actually just finish healing because he had some demon blood? Then why was he eating humans? Guys, do me a favor. When a girl offers to let you touch her boobs and then she asks you to go to a dark house in the middle of nowhere, like literally in the middle of the nowhere, don't do it. That's just Darwinism at work. Huh? Bitch. Aww. Poor cat. Poor cow. Hey, look, a demon that lied to you. Who would have thought? And apparently humans are the dicks. Oh, what? Now you're gonna be like, I'll let you touch my boobs and my ass. Like, come on. What the Can you at least, like, cut him up from the inside or something? Good luck finding a pregnant woman in Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a story of a man and his quest to touch a pair of boobs. And nothing's gonna stop him. Aww. Dude. Dude. Really? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This is the cutest shit. I don't care what anyone says. This little demon is the cutest thing ever. Bloody adorable. Aww. And he's got his feet up just like a dog. So cute. And he came home. He came home because he's like, oh, that's where it's going to be. That's home. That's what dogs do. They go where they know home is and they wait for you. God damn it. You know, I have very few heartstrings. This is one of them. Bloody adorable dogs. So cute. I wonder if this anime has full damage. Nah, anime don't have full damage or terminal velocity. Oh! That dude in the car was having a bad day. You know, I can't look at a power pole in anime without thinking about the fat cat in Clannad Season 2. You know, Planet After Story with a fat cat. There's so few things I remember about that anime. The fat cat is one of them. How is that guy even alive? What the? Even he's shocked. The extraordinary length some men will go to for a feel. So, Bat Demon, bats being associated with vampires means drinking blood heals him. I can only assume. How many endings are they going to give this anime? What is this simpy shit? Well, that was a thing. We heard about men being too angry to die. Now we see men too horny to die. One episode at a time. That's all I'm saying. It's one episode at a time. One episode at a time. Just one episode at a time. I could see this thing going for like 300 episodes. It would be wild, but it could happen. Rip and Tear cops the feel. Hasn't copped the feel yet. I noticed he was keeping the stomach intact, and that the bat demon didn't actually chew. The bat demon like perfectly just swallowed everything. The real question is whether or not there's like stomach acids in there that are gonna dissolve the kitty cat. Probably not. Probably not. But, you know. Well, you don't want to die horny. You need to finish first, then you have peace. Did you guys see there was like an island where a volcano went off and it perfectly preserved all the villages because there was just so much ash, and apparently there was like one guy on the floor just jacking off before he died. Like they all knew they were gonna die and he was like, fuck it. I'm just like, all right. Like, what are people gonna do? Some future archaeologist is gonna judge you? Denji is in dire need of post-nut clarity. He really is. He really is. Walking all the way to that house, and then it's just like, why'd she stop? Waiting, waiting, waiting. Oh no! Bam! Over the head. Watch the series. Will probably end when Denji finally gets laid. Imagine, like, he finally gets laid, and then he realizes it was all a dream. Or he gets laid and he loses his chainsaw powers. Because it's just pure frustration. Oh. Man, it wouldn't surprise me. This can go anywhere. Maybe he's Dante's long-lost son. Yeah, Dante made out with a chainsaw. I don't know. Could be. Illegitimate offspring here, there, everywhere. It kind of checks out. Well, not really, but like, it's Japan. The manga's still going. I can see a season 2 or a season 3. Man, if something's popular, they're going to make a season 2 and 3, whether or not there's a manga or not. I just hope they don't butcher it. Because the biggest problem is when anime start going ahead of the manga, and then they start coming up with their own story that makes absolutely no sense. It just derails everything. And they're like, well, people stopped watching the anime. Because you didn't wait. You couldn't wait a few weeks. No. You had to come up with your own unique ending that everyone hated. And then you blamed the manga for your poor viewerships. Like, why? Just god damn it, you know? I'm noticing that with us watching Naruto Shippuden. We are blitzing through the anime, and the reasons why I stopped so many times was the fillers. Like, we're watching Naruto now, and there's consistent storytelling, there's good pacing. The reason why the anime felt so long was because of the damn filler. And the filler just makes you want to stop. Whereas watching it without the filler is so satisfying. Everything has a natural progression. You know, whether it be Naruto or Bleach or whatever. But, you know, like, anime companies just want to milk something to death. And I'm not talking about their animators. They milk those guys to death as it is. The more people fear something, the stronger the devil. Fatherhood responsibility devil is God tier just by how Virgil fears the idea. I don't think Virgil's the only one that fears parental obligations. Kids aren't cheap. Kids aren't cheap. Kids require a lot of your lifespan. It's like, hey, you've just barely, you know, grown up out of being a toddler yourself. How would you like some responsibility for the next 20 years? And it's like, what? I just got out of being, you know, a prisoner. And now you're asking me to go back in? No. I'm not replacing one cage for another. I don't wanna. I just started living life. I'm just now starting to have some freedom and balance in my life. And you want me to throw that out the window? Really? Why? It's like, come on. It's nuts. It's, you know, it's just like, yeah. Deb Devil will be too OP. The interest rate level. The compounding interest devil. Unlike Virgil, he has a permanent residence with his office, so no escaping. Just escape the residence, man.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun size, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.